Testies. Call the meeting to order at 12 o'clock, and we'll do a roll call.
Okay, Board Member Yankovic,
Yes.
Reister,
Yes.
Doyle is absent, Pasquale,
Here.
Mike Larkin,
Here.
Dean Monick is absent, April,
Here.
and Board Member Springer is absent, and Chairman Reagan.
Here. We need a motion to approve the
I make the
absence.
motion to approve the absence.
Second.
Mike, and is there a second by
Rita.
Rita? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Approval of the agenda as presented.
So move.
Second. Motion and second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Public comments for items not on the agenda. Okay, no public comments. We'll move on to the Lowell Trail funding. And we had an update on the request from Dean Monick. We had some discussions with the attorney that you wanted to, or anything? No?
Well, did you?
The one thing that was mentioned is, and I think we had talked about this before, is that the DDA should look at the funding and not really look at the location as long as it's within the district itself. You're really concentrating on the funding itself.
Okay.
Did you bring a copy? Did Dick send you a copy of the letter?
He did not.
Oh, you don't have that?
I don't have the letter.
Okay, I didn't know that he didn't have it, but Dick did respond. The way that you guys stopped that motion in the middle was actually a violation of the Open Meeting Act. I wish I had the copy of that letter with me, but I don't have it. But anyways, you need to go back and finish voting on that motion.
Our first motion.
Yeah, the first motion, the stuff that Dean did add was actually wrong, because you can't add it to that motion. So you either have to vote that first motion up or down, and then you could have went to the other motion. But that is the city, or that is the city right away, and you guys cannot request that things be done. The only ones that can do that is actually the council. And I did talk with Dean Monday because he was going to come to the council. He's not against it anymore, because, and he's had his reasons, and I don't need to say that, but he's not against it. But he does want to be included in and have input on how they do, how they do it. So,
Okay.
and I told him that we would make sure that you do that. So, and so that's all I have to say. But I apologize. I thought that Dick sent you a.
He didn't.
Yeah. But I can make sure that you get it. But
Well, and the bottom line too is that you're looking at allocation of funds.
right.
That's the key thing.
I have a comment too.
Yep.
Betsy Davidson. And I want to let you know, we did follow up with our insurance company. We do have $1 million liability. And the other point that was made was that the fact that we could indemnify property owners. And our insurance company, we asked them that question. They said they don't see any reason why we could or would indemnify unless we were leasing the property. So we aren't leasing the property from them. And as far as the maintenance of the trail, we are a government authority, so we're made up of the city of Lowell, Lowell Township, and Virgins Township. So we have our own guidelines that we follow for maintenance, and we'll continue to do that. But really, we're governed by the municipalities on how we operate. We're not some third-party organization. We're actually governed by our municipalities. Just wanted to follow up with those answers. Did you guys have any more questions about that?
How does that tie in with maintaining the trail?
Well, we have guidelines that we're following to maintain the trail, so we mow and plow certain sections of the trail. And we also seal coating, we just finished seal coating the phase 1 connection. So we're following certain guidelines and parameters that we have set.
And then one of Dean's questions was, you know, is he gonna be, because it's adjacent to his property, is he gonna be responsible for maintaining it? And
No.
Let me answer that.
I think the city has to make an ordinance of that.
Dean and I had long discussions about this, and, sorry, Betsy,
That's all right.
him and I talked a lot over the last week and a half. In 2000, the Michigan Trails Act was passed so that it would protect all landowners next to trails. So I read that, I passed that on to a few of the board members. However, I did, because it's on the internet, I double checked, I called the Michigan Trails office in Lansing. We had a discussion yesterday, and they did confirm that there are, you know, it does cover the people, it does cover Dean if anybody wanders off their trail. But we want to work further with Dean and talking with him, because we picked up some nice ideas from the trail office in Lansing, which was, the sign idea is a great idea. If you've ever noticed his sign that's there, you can't hardly see it, where it says no trespassing, it's gray. So what we're going to do is we are going to involve Dean in the design process of the trail, and then we're also going to incorporate some trail, definitely a stop sign there of some sort for our trail, and we're also going to offer the trespassing signs, because it further covers him for liability-wise from the state if we do some more signage there on his fencing to keep the people out of his parking lot. So I've already shared the first portion of it with Mr. Lonig, but I haven't received the sign ideas from the state yet, so I'll have those very soon. Do you have any questions for me? Sorry.
No, that's okay.
I'll go back up. And the council is going to make a recommendation to the planning commission that they look into our rules, because we are going to have to make some changes because of this. We have the trail that's on G Drive that safe walks to school that was paid with federal money, and the city is actually responsible to keep that plowed for some unknown reason. But, so we have to look into that and see, to make sure that we are doing the things right. And the other thing is on the trail, and the sidewalk rule right now, the trail is, you know, let's say 10 feet wide, but the rules state that in the wintertime, you only have to have a path, you know, so people can walk. It doesn't have to be the whole 10 feet, so. But we are going to address that, so, and make that a little bit more clear, because it is a little confusing for us. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? You know, I'm not an expert on Robert's Rules of Orders, but I know we left a motion and a second hanging there. So I do understand that. Dean wanted to amend
Right.
that. We didn't really vote on his amendment. And I think most of the things have been addressed. I assume that your discussions with Dean, and I just have to assume that he's okay with it. I wish he was here to say that. I can't speak for him, so I have to take your word that you have spoken, you know, both of you have spoken to him. I wish you had that letter, you know, from Dick Wendt.
We'll make sure that it's
Included in the minutes, that it does. It seems like it's something along the lines that you can't independently indemnify one person.
right. That's true.
Something along those lines, so it would be nice to get an attorney's interpretation of some of the things
Jim,
he did
Do
request.
you want it? Do you want to see that letter before you?
I don't have time to really, you know.
Because she said that she could go print it off.
Yeah, I think it would be helpful. I mean, I got my lunch hour.
Give us a second.
Yeah. I don't know if I can digest all the legal.
It's only a page, it's not a lot.
Okay.
It's not a board. I don't know if we need that letter.
Pardon?
I don't know if we need that letter.
Right, well, it'd be nice to at least
No, it really-
clarify what Dick said about some of the requests that the dean had. And I kind of-
Basically, what you're looking at is that it isn't so much dependent on the location, it's the allocation of those funds in the district itself. And basically, it's, and it was mentioned before, is that as long as we're looking at it within the district, you're looking at the allocation of funds, let Laura go ahead and utilize those funds for the trail.
All right. Yeah, I didn't have a problem with that either. The funds are there.
Yeah.
We just didn't get around to getting to vote on it. So I don't know, Dave, if you're an expert on Robert's Rules of Order, we did have a motion by Mike Springer, he's not here. And a second by April for the $35,000.
Well, what you can do is just vote that down and then have a new motion.
Okay,
That's what I would do, and then have people here make the motion, motion in a second.
so we will vote on the motion by Mike Springer and second by April last time,
And then just go ahead and then have a second motion
right? Okay?
with people
So
that are here.
all in favor of the original motion signify by saying aye. All opposed?
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
So that's unanimous, so that was
Now we need
voted.
a new motion.
So now we need a new motion for the funding.
I'll do a new motion for the 35,000 for him.
A motion by April,
Second.
seconded by Cliff. Any discussion?
And this will be then for trails within the district.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, motion by April, seconded by Cliff. Any discussion? Again, I think we have the trails that we have, the way to get to the park are already there, so I'm gonna let you know I'm gonna vote no on it, but I'm just one person, so all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Yours truly?
5-1.
Okay. Any other, I kind of wish Dean was here, so he could voice his opinion and confirm what you want Jeff has said.
I want to let the board know that this is not the last time that I'm planning on coming to see you. So,
Next year.
I want you to know that we want it to be a partnership.
Sure.
So this is a relationship that we're starting, and we need to work together. So you need to know that we are going to work with Mr. Lonnie and continue to work with that. And if other people on the board or in the city have concerns, we are going to address them because we need your partnership.
Good, okay, that's encouraging to hear. Any other comments? I don't know if I'll be at Dave's going away party, but I want to thank you for filling in and doing a magnificent job as usual. With your background knowledge of the DDA, you've made the transition very seamless. So thanks very much for your time and effort on that.
Thank you.
As chairman of the board, I'd like to thank you personally for that. So
Dave just keeps coming back for parties.
There you go. You've done it working.
I believe we need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Mike, is there a second?
Sure.
Cliff? Discussion?
12:15.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? We can stay here.